Hey V Riders, thanks for joining me today. I'm just about to head off onto the D914 from Argelès-sur-Mer to Portbou in Spain, well, France to Spain. But first thing first, I thought I'd do a quick overview of my thoughts on the R1250 GS. I've had this for a few days now, so I'm getting a good feel for it, done a fair few miles on it, and I can certainly see the appeal and why people like them so much. But I'll be perfectly honest, it's not a bike for me. I prefer the characteristics of the Tiger 900 personally, although in reality it's the wrong comparison. I should be comparing this to the 1200 Tiger. But do you know what? Having recently ridden the Harley Pan America, out of those three bikes, if I had a choice right now which one to take, yep, I'd be taking the Harley. Not sure I'd want to live with the Harley on a permanent basis because of the chain drive and low service intervals, but right now on the roads I've been riding and the kind of riding I've been doing, I'd prefer a Harley personally, just because I enjoy that bike so much. I just gelled with it. One thing I found with this is a GS Adventure, so it's got the spoke wheels. And one thing I do find is it's although it carries its weight well, you are aware of that weight at certain points, like when you're paddling about. Oh, talking of Harleys, look, there's a Pan America. Yeah, you are aware of that weight, I'll find, when you're pushing it about. In a way I was quite surprised about. And I found, especially with the pillion, it's a bit of a handful, but then I am comparing to the Tiger 900, so it's not really a fair comparison. Handling wise, no problems at all. She handles far better than you'd expect, even with the front tyre that is, to be honest, barely legal. I'm surprised they even let it out, but they're still waiting for a new one to come in, so yeah, even with that worn out front tyre, she still handles pretty well actually. The only thing I'm finding is that she is sort of tipping into corners a bit. Again, that's down to the tyre. Comfort wise, I just love this, nice place to be, got good wind protection. There are a few vibes I'm aware of, but nothing as bad as on the Tigers. Okay. And she likes to wheelie, even with the traction control on. I had my niece on the back yesterday, and yeah, well, unexpectedly the front came up quite a bit on acceleration, and my niece doesn't weigh that much. So yeah, it's definitely a fun bike, give it that. Yeah, I find the engine, I mean, it's definitely characterful, but I'm more of a V-twin person, and I found I had more fun with a Pan America in terms of how it feels, and how it suited my riding style. Also, you got the funny front end on it, the telever front end, and telever, how you say it, and I'll be honest, it's brilliant, got no complaints. I'm getting a good feel from what the front end is doing. I've got no complaints. In terms of the electronics, all the touch control and ABS will work really well. It works so well that I've already engaged them. Just the traction control kicking in when it tries to wheelie. But she does let you have a little playful wheelie before that happens, and it's pretty seamless when it does. And the so there you go, it's your big warning for the I need fuel. In terms of comfort, you've got plenty of wind protection, and I've got the screen on its lowest setting there, and it's 24 degrees today, so I want a bit of wind hitting me, so not complaining at all. The one criticism with the electrics will be the quick shifter. It's very agricultural, and that Garmin sat-nav is horrendous. Honestly, whoever signed that off, you'd sack it. I don't know, I've used Garmin in the past before, I didn't get on with it, but this one, it's clunky. I've not managed to get it to work with the, with the click wheel here. I've managed to get some movement, but yeah, I've not managed to work it out. It's like, you need a degree in computer science, I think. Unless it's a particular one that's faulty, but yeah, I've had, the screen has got frozen a couple of times. I've done it on the mapping. Yeah, really not a fan of the sat-nav. Anyway, those are my first impressions. I'll do a full review on the bike before taking it back on Saturday. Look at that view. Not the bridge, not the pylons. Oh, look at those glorious Pyrenees. Not even sure how much the GoPro will pick up, but this is beautiful. Here we have the Mediterranean Sea. You just can't beat a coastal route, no matter where you are in the world. Riding along the coast is always amazing. Wrong side of the road, mate. The only problem with this road is there's very few overtaking opportunities. So when you do get them, you have to take them. And obviously, as this is a road into Spain, you get a lot of traffic. The best time to do this is in the evening or early morning. Look at that. So let me take you through Collioure. a beautiful coastal town with a lot of history. You see the train tracks down there, tunnel. Yeah, if you're in this area, Collioure is a must visit. Be aware that obviously it's a very touristy town, and you definitely can't get away with doing a 3-point turn on a busy road like this further ahead, especially when there's a blue roundabout just at the road. See coaches go through here and you wonder how the hell do they do it, because it's so tight. It's very Catalan round here, Catalan country. You've got a little beach up ahead in town. One thing to be very aware of, look, there's the tour is being renovated by the looks of it. One thing you do need to be aware of is that obviously, as this is very touristy, just be very careful of the drivers. Because they don't know the area any more than you do. Gorgeous. The problem is the views are so glorious that you really have to concentrate not to get distracted. It's so easily done. So while we're on this little ride around, just wanted to address the issue of finding vegan food in France. A lot of people seem to think that you can't, that the French are very anti-vegan. I mean, it's true in a way. A lot of people, it's not as advanced over here compared to the UK in terms of veganism, but it's still perfectly possible. You've got a chain of shops called Bio Co-op, and although not specifically a vegan shop, it literally stands for organic shop organic co-op, and they usually have, even in the smaller ones, a pretty good selection of vegan stuff in there, like fake meats and cheese, etc. I guarantee you'll find the best yogurts you've ever eaten over here, vegan obviously. And most big towns now have at least one vegan restaurant or one establishment that will cater for you. In that respect, Happy Cow is your friend. In the supermarkets you have your rayon bio, like the bio aisle, and they usually have some vegan stuff, but even in the regular sections you can usually find a few vegan bits. But yeah, even in supermarkets, hypermarkets, you'll find at least some vegan staples. And the especially down here down south, the fruit and veg selection you'll find is incredible. You can't expect to walk into, you know, any kind of cafe, restaurant, and them have a vegan meal. It's not going to happen. It's not that. It's not like that advanced. They're a bit behind in that respect. Alright, the little blue train. But things are getting better all the time. Every year I come, I mean, as I said, I used to live over here. I weren't vegan when I lived over here, but I've been coming over at least once a year since 2006. Since actually the year I turned vegan. Or was it 2008? No, since 2008, and I turned vegan in 2006. And it gets better every year, so don't be afraid, just plan. Planning is everything. I always like to before I go anywhere, I always like to have a look on a Happy Cow and see where I can eat. Even Google will help sometimes, but Happy Cow is always your friend. I am looking for a petrol station. Nice prick. Yeah, so in conclusion, with respects to eating vegan in France, don't worry about it. You know, just be prepared, research the area you're staying in, and look for the bio co-ops or magasin bio. And failing that, you will get some basic stuff in supermarkets, and if you find a hypermarket, they'll usually have a good selection. So anyway, this is Port Vendre. Did I mention that we're now in Port Vendre? She's still recording, yeah. There's a very busy port here, as you can probably see. I think they have, could be wrong, I'm sure they have cruises stop here. Now headed towards Bagnols-sur-Mer. one thing you cannot fault over here, especially down south, is the camaraderie between bikers. You'll always get the V sign flashed at you. So that was Collioure pour vendre.